Open your TVG wagering account now and get a 50% match bonus. Make your first deposit through a preferred deposit method, such as TVG BetCash, Green Dot Money Pack, or wire transfer, and bet to get half credited back into your account. Go to TVG.com or call 1-888-PLAY-TVG.
Good afternoon, this is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Darren Horak, and this is our Kentucky Derby Trail halftime report, and I'm joined by Horse Racing Nation handicapper Mike Schutte.
Awesome to be here in Shreveport, Louisiana, in corporate headquarters. We've got the halftime report. This is amazing. How fast did that go by here? We're done with the first half of all these preps, second half to go. Great spot to take a moment, reflect back, kind of take order as to which horse has impressed us most so far.
Yeah, it's definitely a perfect time for that. These horses have been going really a mile and a 16th so far. They're going to be starting to run a mile and an 8th as they're getting closer to their final preps.
And get some real tests here. So we thought we'd take a look at our top 5. Jared, who do you have so far here on your list?
Well, I'll go from 5 to 1, I guess. Creative Cause is right now my 5th ranked horse. He was a good juvenile, and he started out in the San Vicente. He's going to run in the San Felipe Stakes next. Gemologist is number 4. He's undefeated for trainer Todd Pletcher, and he's going to make his next start in the Rebel Stakes, so hopefully he springs forward from a speed figure perspective. El Padrino is my 3rd ranked colt. I've always liked this horse. He's been in my top 10 since he was still a maiden when he was in my top 10. So, and now he's really moved up. He's a graded stakes winner now. Sitting second is going to be Alpha. When I did my first Kentucky Derby Contenders blog and video last September, Alpha was my top ranked colt. He's really blossomed this year. He still has to prove himself against better company, but he has the right pedigree, right connections, etc. And then Union Rags, he's been my number 1 ranked colt for quite some time now, since the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and he's going to remain there after looking so good in that Fountain View Stakes.
I couldn't agree more. My top 5 here. Battle Hardened is number 5 for me. Interesting enough, I had 3 horses on my top 5 list that are going to be running here Saturday at Tampa Bay Derby in the San Felipe. So Battle Hardened going to the Tampa Bay Derby. Number 5, like the foundation on this horse, like the way this horse is being managed. Certainly can get the 1.25 mile distance, and he's proving to be that with that slow progression each and every race, he's got a lot of room in front of him. Creative Cause, I know we both agree that this horse has yet to probably show his best. Shook some rust off here, and what I liked again, he ran against a tremendous bias in that San Vicente race, where again, slow pace, sprint, which this horse is certainly a router. My 3rd choice is going to be Saber Cat, kind of the forgotten horse. This is the horse that, to me, I nominate as the most and the best eye-catching move of all the prep races here. That was the Delta Downs Jackpot. Has plenty of money, definitely assured a spot in the gate if he can get to the Derby. Going to be running next in the Rebel Stakes, is that right? That's correct, Jared? Yep, so looking forward to seeing how this horse does first back after some time off. Empire Way, I look at this one as my darkest horse. We'll see Saturday what kind of horse we have here, but again, ran best against not only a pace bias, but also the track bias that day in defeat to I'll Have Another in the Robert B. Lewis, a sprint horse who, of course, won the race that was run like a sprint. And of course, my top pick, I just, as you know, I love to shoot for value, but you got to tip the hat to Union Rags, another horse out of the Matt's barn, really well managed. Reminds me of the Barbaro campaign. I think we haven't even seen the best yet from this one. They're going to be saving it. I think the big test coming up next will really tell us what we have here with Union Rags. But so far, not sure who can touch him.
That's true. He's winning races every time out. His only loss was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and he kind of drifted out the stretch. He didn't run a straight line. He would have won that race if he would have just been able to keep a straight line. And I actually thought he was my top-ranked juvenile last year. I thought that he was the best juvenile in the country, and maybe he deserved the Juvenile Eclipse Award over Hansen, just because I thought overall he had a better campaign.
Yep. And speaking of Hansen, I think a lot of the fans will be asking why we don't have Hansen in our top 5 here at this point in the year.
Well, they definitely, a lot of people love Hansen. If you go to HorseRacingNation.com and you read the comments after he won the Gotham, a lot of people just loved this horse. They were gushing about the performance, and it was a good, solid effort. From an outer post, he did what he had to do. He needed to prove that he could relax early and distribute his energy properly to be able to get a route of ground and especially be a threat on the first Saturday in May. And he did that. He was able to relax from an outer post. He finished well, and and he won easily. But there was not much behind him. My Adonis was behind him, but my Adonis is behind everybody. Yep. He seems to just hit the board a lot, and there wasn't much depth to that race, so I'm not sure what kind of company he really faced.
Long striding horse, reminds me a little bit of Hard Spun. Again, I got to see this horse in a mile and 1/8, see him get tested. I still harken back to a track that did not favor speed in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, so impressed me then. I will hold reservation. You can always have the right to move up, but right now, that running profile, the early energy distribution does not play well in a Derby that seems to at least be setting up to be filled with plenty of speed.
That's true, and that's going to be the key, because I believe that as well. He's going to be probably close to the pace. He's never going to be a horse that's going to come from well off the pace. He's going to want to run up close to the pace, and I don't see how he's going to be able to outfinish some of these horses like El Padrino and Union Rags at a mile and a quarter.
Right. We have, believe it or not, only about 5 weekends left of core Derby preps, so we're really in the home stretch here. So it's be exciting.
Also, we definitely are. We're going to be learning a lot more as they travel 9 furlongs now, because we've had a lot of our top contenders, Alpha, El Padrino, Hansen, Union Rags, you name it. Those contenders, they look very good in graded stakes wins, but they haven't really faced any company yet. They haven't faced each other this year, and they're going to start to match up at a mile and 1/8 against each other, and we'll have to see how they fare.
We'll see which one of these boys are becoming men here. Absolutely. Don't forget, this weekend on Saturday at Derby Wars, we've got the $25,000 tournament. There are still some seats left. Top prize is $10,000. Get to www.derbywars.com. Jump into this game. It's getting very exciting.
Oh, it definitely is. Derby Wars is growing. Every week we're getting more and more members joining, and a lot of the games are selling out, and fans seem to be really excited about it.
Great way to compete with your fellow handicappers and test your skills.
And if you come over to horseracingnation.wordpress.com, you can see my Kentucky Derby top 10 list, analysis. You're going to see this video along with some of the written analysis over there. So go over to horseracingnation.wordpress.com to see more Kentucky Derby coverage.
Like Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, we'll have our next road trip here. Keeping an eye on this Derby trail. So until next week, we bid you to go fast and win.
And good luck at the races.
Good night.